Mzansi, welcome to it as Hollywood Best once again brings you Game On with plenty to talk about in as far as pre-season as teams prepare for the upcoming Betway Premiership in the next season. I'm sitting alongside the two legends in Shane McGregor and Jerry Skhosana. I am, of course, Sizwe Mabena. And gents, let's get straight into it in talking about pre-season. Pirates fans have had plenty to be happy about with the way things look in pre-season. They start off with a 2-2 draw against Plymouth. They beat Sevilla, which is a very good win, 2-0, keeping a clean sheet. The only clean sheet, keep in mind, of pre-season. 1-1 against Granada, and then they lose 3-2 to Al Sadd, coming home in a 5-goal thriller. Having a look at that, goals scored, goals conceded, one clean sheet. What would you say about the way things fared for Pirates in pre-season right now?
Yes, I think for me, it was a good showing to them for what they did in Europe. But my worry is, do we have to read too much on that when they come home in terms of the performance? Because we've seen the way they perform against the European teams. I mean, they started with the team from Wayne Rooney, Plymouth, and then they beat Sevilla, they draw, and then unfortunately the last game they lost. But for me, if you read on what they did in Europe, is it going to be something that will have an impact? Like South Africa, the players going to take that good showing and bring it here. Let's wait and see, because, sometimes things change from the players' perspective.
Isn't that the plan of pre-season, though? To go out there, make your mistakes, learn the lessons you need to learn to transfer to the upcoming season.
Yeah, yes and no, because, the most important thing is getting time into players, games into players. The time is the most important thing, to get your match fitness up, to get you sharper. Yeah. You can't read too much into some of these games.
Yeah.
Villa didn't play their first side. A lot of those players were still coming back from Euro, so they didn't play. You've got to look into things like that. But the most important thing is match time, fitness time, getting yourself match fit for the coming up. You must remember, they come back in and they go straight into the league, then into Africa champions, So it's difficult to say this, but they have to get the game time into all those players. And then also just bring those players that you brought in and give them time and show them and let them learn and understand the way of the coach who wants to play.
Exactly on that point, as we talk about new arrivals, already looking at social media, a few of the Pirates fans are excited, very excited about the new arrival Gilberto from out in Angola. He's looking like a man that already has them excited as that big signing, that marquee signing going into a big season. Then there's the likes of Thalente Mbatha, love his name, Thalente Mbatha, and Rasebusha from SuperSport United, Tabete as well as Muleleki. What do you think of the signings, Jerry? Let's start with you for Pirates, but more so Gilberto and this excitement around it.
Yeah, I think we're not going to look too much on these South African signees, because when you talk about a foreign signee, you're looking more of what is going to bring a team in. So, mawithatha nje uthi uyayihlazulula kuyoba inkinga ukuthi Gilberto, every supporter Orlando Pirates ufuna something where he must score goals, because this is what he has shown. I mean, to me, when I was watching him on this pre-season tour, in the games that he has played, he looks good. He looks somebody that wanted to play. He didn't even show. He was from outside of this country, but he was playing more fluently. That's why I say, for him maybe to play a different style in Europe, is it going to make an impact when he comes here in South Africa? Is he going to show the same impact that he did when they were playing the friendlies? So it's something which we're going to look at. But the other players, they are from South Africa. They know how South African football is played. So it's going to be less pressure. But with Thalente Mbatha, to me, he was there playing for Pirates. I don't know if he's a new signing. How can he?
Well, they've secured the signing on loan.
Oh, they've secured the signing because he was on loan.
Yes.
So he new signing, but the boy performed very well, because to me, honestly, he was the most prolific midfielder at Pirates. He was giving them.
Then it makes sense why they then signed him outright.
That's why they've signed him outright.
Yeah. Your thoughts? New signing,
good.
Gilberto?
What I saw of him, he's a good player, Gilberto. He's comfortable on the ball. He wants the ball. That's one thing I do like about him. He's always looking for the ball. He's always looking to get it. A lot of players don't do that. So for me, I think he'll do well for them. Let's just hope he gels in straight away, which it does look like he has. And he, like Jerry says, goes forward straight away and gets some goals from him early on.
And of course, it's vital for new players coming in, starting pre-season with the club and going into the season having gone through pre-season, which is vital for the new arrivals. But now let's look at Mamelodi Sundowns. Some supporters will look at some of their losses out abroad and think underwhelming. Again, you guys have said those results don't really mean too much, do they?
Well, for me, normally I would say that they don't mean too much. But if you have a look at last season, Sundowns went out of the country and they did well. And they won their games. They did very, very well. My worry is it's a new team. It's the whole new management, new coaches. Is this now letting them down? Do people know exactly what's happening? Do people know what their jobs are? It could be a bit of confusion there. And that's a little bit of a worry for me. You know, they are a good team. They've brought in some decent players as well. Let's just hope they hit the ground running. I'm not too sure it's going to happen. They might take a little bit of time and take time to gel again. So who knows? We'll see what happens come start of the season.
But for me, what I saw on social media, you know, the arrival of Falls. You know, I saw something at one of their training sessions, something where the players were all bemused and just listening, because it was just something new that he was bringing into the team in terms of the training. So it was something that came to me and said, you know, players now are starting to adapt to the new coach that is coming in. Is it gonna not disturb their fluent play that Rulani left at Mamelodi Sundowns? Let's see, because change of coaches also change the way players behave inside the field. So let's hope that won't have a bad impact on Sundowns and continue to will be there with Falls coming in.
Well, many have looked at Falls' past record in Botswana and here in South Africa and questioned whether he's the right man for Sundowns. Listen to Mike McGregor in an interview he did most recently. He spoke very highly of Romain Falls. He's still a young coach, so it'll be interesting to see how things pan out for him at Sundowns. So we continue to talk pre-season with both Shane McGregor and Jerry Skhosana on the other side of this. Stay with Game On.